Hey, what's up? This is Raul of Please Act Right. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I have a video of a young lady, and she's a very young lady. I want to show you because she's talking about a topic that is very important, that is not talked about a lot. And she's asking, when do men get to release? When do men get to show emotions and show their pain? We've been told at a young age that no, men are not supposed to cry, men are not supposed to show emotions and so on and so forth. And it's like, really? So I want to go ahead and I want to play this video right quick. It's a very short clip. Beforehand, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel if you want to help my channel grow. And don't forget to click that notification bell for future videos when I post one. So let's go ahead and check out this young lady in this video.
My question is, when does the black man get to heal? It's so much that comes with being black. It's so many rules. It's the pressure. It's the strength. It's the pride. To the point where if you do show vulnerability, if you do hurt, it's a form of weakness. When is it okay for the black man to just be a human? Humans hurt. Humans go through things. Everything is about the woman and how we hurt and what we go through and the abuse we go through from childhood to our adult years. But what about the little boy that got abused? What about him? What about the little boy that got touched on? What about the boy that got physically abused? When do we hear his story? When is it okay for him to vent? When is it okay for him to cry? And to just admit all that pain, to even start the healing process. They have embodied that hurt. The hurt now becomes a part of them, and the hurt is now how they love. So when are the rules dropped?
Exactly. And what I was saying was, this is a young lady. She's young. You could tell her face, she's barely 18 years old. And she gets it. She understands it. And the sad thing is, there's a lot of women in older age groups that don't get this. Walking around talking about, if a man cry, I'm gonna be done with him. I don't want no crying man. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about a man that's boo-hooing every time something happens. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about showing some emotions. I remember I was watching this show, and I believe it was Ayanna Van Zant, where it's Ayanna Fix My Life, and she had a group of women and a group of men, and they were sitting across from each other, and the guy was telling the women, what about us? We hurt, we go through stuff too, and this, that, and the other, and he was making some serious points, and at the end, he had a tear come in his eye, and he did like this. And I looked in the comment section, and one of the women said, well, he had me until he started crying. Since when did men become a different species other than human? If I take a hot iron and hold that iron on a woman's arm, she is gonna scream and she's gonna cry. If I take that same iron and hold it on a man's arm, he's gonna try to hold in his scream, but I guarantee you, at some point he's gonna cry too. You know why? Because we're human. I was out one day, and this young man looked like he was in his early 20s. He had a little boy with him, which I'm assuming was his son. And the little boy looked like he was probably about 4 years old. And the little boy was crying. He was, and he was, stop that crying. Stop that, be a man, be a man. I wanted to smack him upside his head. Yeah, not the little boy, the grown boy. Talking about be a man. This kid is 4 years old. He's going through emotional changes and stuff because when kids grow, they get to that age they just cry. You don't tell a 4-year-old to stop crying and be a man. He another 12 years away from even knowing what a man really is. But you see what's happening? Something that stemmed down to him saying that a man should never show emotions and don't cry, he's now implementing that same nonsense into his son. Rather than just asking his son, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And in most instances, because their bodies are changing, they're gonna say, I don't know. So exactly when did this start where men, especially black men, are not supposed to show any type of emotions? Like we don't have pains that we're going through now or back in the past. Like the young lady said in the video, what about the man that was molested or raped when he was a little boy and he's been carrying this through him throughout his life? What about the man that watched somebody tragically get killed and it's haunting him throughout his life? This is something that you'll find extremely interesting, especially for the ladies. Have you ever been in a relationship where in the beginning of the relationship, the man always wants to be with you? He's with you so much, he kicks his friends to the curb. And as time goes on, now he doesn't want to be with you that much? Have you ever had a conversation with him where he's talking about something that he's going through or some pains or something that's happening and you keep cutting him off? You looking at him or say to him, and I've seen women do it too, would actually say to him, like, oh man, you soft, or oh, why you being all emotional? Because he's a human being. That's why he's being emotional. So now he feels like I can't talk to her about it, so that's why he's hanging out with his boys now, because he can talk to them about it and they're not gonna clown him. Because believe it or not, some of us men get together and we talk about that. We talk about women not allowing us to show our emotion. And we're not sitting around having a cry fest, you know, but we're sitting around and we're having conversations about the hurt and the pain that we've been through. But when we try to sit down and have a conversation with you about it, you're interjecting, you're interrupting, and next thing you know, we're listening to you talking about your emotions about something you went through. You're supposed to be listening to me right now. Because the majority of you all, you don't understand the theory of what this young lady is talking about, so you can't even just sit down and be quiet and just listen. And before you know it, now you mad, trying to talk to your girlfriend, somebody, he don't want to be with me no more, and your little girlfriend's going right along with you. See, you know, these niggas ain't no good, and this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it was you. He doesn't want to be around you anymore because every time he tries to talk about what he's going through, you calling him out of his name, talking about he acting like a little bee. And then, why are you acting like a little girl? Why are you crying? Girl, he was crying out loud. And then you telling his business that he did shed a tear over something. And the whole time, there was nothing wrong with him, there was something wrong with you. And that's when you hear a woman say, he don't talk anymore, we don't communicate. And the whole time she's saying that, the guy just standing there like this. He's doing that because he's saying to himself, every time I try to talk to you, you don't listen. You're cutting me off. You're talking down to me. You're telling me I'm less than a man. So from here on out, if you see a man going through something emotional, sit down, be quiet, and just listen to him. And let him vent it out. Somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. My name is Raulh, and for Christ's sake, will you please act right? See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy. And if you want, you can go to my channel and check out videos I have there. I got plenty of them. Go ahead. Don't be scared.